So we're trying to relate our understanding of certain prefixes with an opportunity to improve our Hebrew pronunciation. And specifically, we're interested in being more mindful of the consonants that have mapik inside sometimes and sometimes don't. An example would be the pei versus the fei, or the kaf versus the chaf, or the bet versus the vet. One of the best examples I can give relates to our prefix ha, which means the. So how does understanding that ha means the give us a leg up, you could say, in terms of proper pronunciation of these mapik consonants, these consonants that sometimes have dots in them? So let's think about that a little bit, and then let's just dive right into our reading. So we're looking at verse Yud Gimel, which is 13, 10. Yud is 10 and Gimel is 3. So verse Yud Gimel is verse 13. Take a look at the second word, Sammy. Could you give us that pronunciation?
The pronunciation is Hafelishtim. No,
so here's, I'm sorry, once more.
Apelishtim.
There you go. So this is a classic case of wanting to be mindful of the mapik inside of the fe. So it's a pei, a P pronunciation. And the rule is that after ha, after the prefix ha, which means the, by definition, you have to have a mapik inside of these letters that take the mapik. So ha is a clue that what's coming up has to be a hard P sound, not the soft F sound, ha-plishtim. Another example that's a little more subtle, but possibly even more meaningful, is in the last line. Sammy, could you give us this pronunciation on the last line?
Ba'apelishtim.
Very nice. So here's an example of a prefix that contracts the words in the bet meaning with or in, and the patach standing for the ha, the. So ba ends up meaning with the or in the. So the fact that there is a contraction and the ha is not actually present, we don't have be ha plishtim, we just have ba plishtim. The mapik inside of the pei actually serves to fill in for that missing hey. So again, we have a prefix that sort of gives us a clue that the next consonant has a mapik in it, and we should be mindful of that pronunciation. Having said all that, Sammy, why don't you give us the first recitation, this verse Yud Gimel, if you would.
Yes. Vayi kanhu Apelishtim velo vasfu.
Careful, this giant letter is not a vav, it's a yud.
Oh, yasfu.
Good.
Yasfu od lahu.
And careful with this letter, it's not a chaf. Maybe I didn't hear it.
Lahu.
It's not a chaf.
Lahu.
There you go. Yeah, there's some confusion with this font. Good.
Bagvul.
Careful with your first vowel.
Oh, big vul. I'm sorry.
Good.
I'm speeding. Yisrael. Vati. Yad. Elohim, Jehovah. Ba Pelishtim,
Once more.
Ba Pelishtim,
There you go.
Kol Yemer, Yemer Shmuel.
Very nice. Let's be a little more careful on this one. We know that with the va,
Oh,
the shva,
Vatei.
very nice. Well done. You knew exactly where I was going with that.
Vatei.
Well done. Vayikan u ha-plishtim, and the plishtim were subdued. The lo yasvu od, and they no longer continued. Lavo bigvul Israel, to approach the border of Israel. Vatihi yad Hashem ba'plishtim, and the hand of God was on the Philistines, or as Sammy, you rightly suggested yesterday, against the against the Philistines. Kol Yamei Shmuel, all the days of Samuel. Very nice.